Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Grand Traverse. My name is Martha Curtis, and I'm honored to be here as the newest member of our Sunday Services Committee. Indeed, this is the very first time helping to lead a service, so I'm so thankful and grateful that you are such a warm and welcoming community. We send our love and healing to Ann Stevenson, one of our steady coordinators, who couldn't be with us this morning as she recovers from some health challenges. We send Ann our love and healing thoughts in her recovery. Here at UUCGT, we welcome people of every background, age, and identity. Whether you're here in the sanctuary with us or joining us online, we are so glad you are here with us. A special welcome to families with children. Your presence brings energy and joy to our space. We are building a culture of curiosity, welcome, and belonging that includes the joyful sounds of little ones. If you're visiting us today or new, we'd love to get to know you, and if you're comfortable, we invite you to stand and introduce yourself. A microphone will be brought to you so everyone can hear you, especially the folks online. If you'd prefer not to speak, that's okay too. Just enjoy being with us this morning. Chris Lautz has the mic. Are there any visitors?
Hi, I'm Shelley Keith. It's second Sunday here, and I live in the neighborhood.
I'm working on it. I can only do one at a time.
Hi, I'm David Lehman.
Lauren Teichner.
Beverly. Otto.
If you are new today, there are yellow mugs at the coffee hour after this service. Please pick up a yellow mug so we know who you are and we can individually connect with you. Later in the service, we'll share joys and concerns with our community. You're invited to write yours in the book on your left, and they'll be read by Margaret Wozniak from our congregational care team. You're also welcome to light a candle at any point during the service to honor your joy or concern. We celebrate the Flower Communion, a cherished Unitarian Universalist ritual that reminds us of the beauty of diversity and freedom to be our fullest selves. In this season of blooming and becoming, may we each feel free to grow into who we are meant to be. As we begin, I invite you to set aside the busyness of your daily life. Please silence your phones and electronic devices so you can be fully present with one another. Now, let us worship together.
Whoever you are and wherever you are in life's journey, you are welcome here with us this morning. I'm Reverend Alex, the senior minister here at UUCGT. I use he and him pronouns. And welcome to my most favorite of our UU celebrations, the Flower Communion. I want to just say a special gratitude and note to Martha, who is giving us her first debut as coordinator today, just willing to jump on in. And so we'll go easy on her today, I think. Just my deep gratitude to you. So this Sunday, we're celebrating a tradition that goes back to our Unitarian siblings in Czechoslovakia, back 102 years ago since the first Flower Communion. And this practice of gathering and blessing the flowers is one that has a really rich history with it that we'll be talking about. But it's also important on June 1st to say, Happy Pride Month. We're finally in the midst of Pride Month. You can cheer, that's okay. Come on. Yas, Queen, yes. As we join together, we reflect on the abundance of beauty in our midst. And I invite you to hear these words from the Czech Unitarian minister and the Flower Communion's creator, the Reverend Norbert Čapek, who is the one that created this ritual. In the depths of my soul, there where lies the source of strength, where divine and human meet. There quiet your mind. Quiet. Quiet. Outside, let lightning rain, horrible darkness frighten the world. But from the depths of your own soul, from that silence will rise again the flower of God. Return to yourself, rest in yourself, and live in the depths of your soul where divine and human meet. Tune your heart to the eternal, and in the depths of your own soul, your panting quiets down. Quiet, quiet. Where divine and human meet, there is your refuge.
As we light the chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, please join me in reading our covenant words found in the back of your service. I'm accountable for me, you're accountable for you. In community, we hold each other through joy and conflict. We openly welcome all as we respond to the needs of the world. And now, let us sound the singing bowl to enter this time of silence.
So, this is a special time where we're going to be gathering our flowers together for the Flower Communion. If you brought a flower with you, wonderful. If you're in the right place, hopefully you also grabbed a flower as you came in. If you didn't remember to bring a flower, I always don't remember to bring a flower. And so we'll be inviting you up in wedges to come forward. There are some traffic jams that may occur if all of us try to get up at once. So Martha and I will be inviting you in different wedges here to come forward and place your flower up here on our vases. And if you can't really make your way up to the vases here and would like us to bring up your flower for you, just raise your hand and we can also bring your flower forward. So let us now gather our flowers. Well, now when we've all just sat down, we're going to rise again in body or in spirit as we join in singing our opening hymn today, number 38, Morning Has Broken.
Forward. I know we've got some in the back too. Come on down. Hi, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hi. It's good to see everybody. Hi. What a joy. I love to see a full carpet. This is so good. That is spectacular. You have created so many wonderful things. I love it. All right, speaking of creation, look at all these gorgeous flowers. What do we notice about these flowers? There's a lot of purple ones. They smell so good. What else? There's a lot of bright colors. There's yellow. Are they all the same color? No. Are they all the same size?
No.
Are their petals all the same? They're different shapes, right? Different shapes, different colors, they're all different. Even the ones that are the same kind of flower. Like I see different lilacs that are different colors. They might have different petals, different shapes. So even the ones that are the same kind of flower, there's still some differences. Is that kind of similar to people too, huh, right? We're all different, but we all have similarities. They're all different in their own way, right? Okay, so I know there's a lot of us this morning, but can we spread out a little bit because we are going to move our bodies? And grown-ups, I invite you to do this as well. You can sit, you can stand, you can do it in your chair. We're going to start down here, though. So grown-ups, if you want to just do it in your chair to start, that might be easier just for space reasons. All right, so we are going to pretend that we are flowers this morning. And look at this gorgeous, gorgeous garden that we have. But what does a flower start as? It starts as a seed. So get into your little seed. Be so small. You're just a tiny little seed. Where do seeds go? In the dirt. It's dark. I'm scared. Oh, I'm so scared. But it's going to be okay. What is the first thing that the seeds put out? Their roots. So put your roots down into the ground. Push down into the ground and push those roots down in there. What's the roots' job? To collect water and nutrients. And it's also to talk to the other flowers, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And to make sure to keep it held down. So make sure your roots are sturdy. Okay, what comes next? The shoot. Roots and shoots. Pew, out of the ground. The first little stretch into the sunlight. Just one little hand up there. Maybe one little bitty leaf. Boop. Maybe two. I only have one hand though. High five. High five. We're feeling the sunlight. All right, now stretch. And we're starting to grow. We're going to start to grow. And maybe we have another little leaf. Boop. And then we can stretch and stretch. And our stem is getting so tall. We can't walk around. We have roots. And we stretch and stretch and stretch. And then we open up and oh, we're a beautiful flower. What color flower are you going to be today? Pink? Red? I think I'm purple because that's my favorite color. Purple? You chose purple. That's okay. Anybody can be whatever. You're going to be a clear, a transparent flower. And it's okay if the wind blows us around a little bit. Oh, we feel so good. Now, I want you to go back down and notice your roots. Remember how I said that roots are not just how we get our nutrients and how we get our water. It's how we talk. Can you maybe connect your roots to somebody else's roots? Grown-ups, you have to do this too. Connect your roots to somebody else's roots. This feels a little weird. It's okay. It's okay to feel weird. All right. Now, while your canoes, yep, your roots are connected. Your canoes are in cahoots. All right. So, I need you to quietly in your mind, through your roots, I need you to send some messages out to the other roots and to the other flowers. So, hold on. I'm going to tell you what message to send. And I need you to send it from your heart all the way down to your roots, all the way through all of the other roots to all of the other flowers. Are you ready? Here's your first one. Right from your heart, you're sending, you are welcome here. And you're sending, you are so loved. I am glad you are here. I like our silly voices that our flowers have. You are a sacred being. You are connected to the whole web of life. You belong here. And I love you. And let's take those messages out into the world and remember that even though we can't see our roots, all of our roots are always tied together and we can always send those messages of love. All right, untangle your roots and let's sing our song.
We are children of the stars, we are children of the earth, we are spinners and weavers in this web of light, and the joy that we weave reaches out beyond the stars and deep within the center of our being. We are children of tomorrow, we are children of our dreams. We are spanners and builders in this way.
It is such a privilege to sustain a congregation such as this, not just for today, but for the weeks, years, and generations to come. Our stewardship honors our ancestors and invests in our children, in one another, and in the wider circle of humanity. As a self-governing, self-sustaining community, we receive no outside funding. We rely on the generosity and commitment of those who find meaning here. Together, we are strong enough, wise enough, and generous enough to help this beloved community thrive. Today, ushers will pass baskets with two sides. One side supports the life and mission of this congregation. The other supports the needs in the community, including local food programs, shelters, and services for those most vulnerable. Recently, the board has decided to earmark a portion of the For Those in Need side of our offering to support social justice work. In our region, our offerings truly reflect our shared UU values in action. You can also give by mailing a check, by going to the website and giving online. There's a Vanco mobile app, and you can use Venmo. Just be sure that you use the memo line to indicate whether this donation is a pledge or for a specific initiative or community needs. This helps us honor that your intentions and ensure that your gift is used exactly as you intended. Every gift, no matter how large or small, is received with deep gratitude. May we give in love and hope, and may our offerings sustain the life and mission of this congregation and the good we do beyond these walls. We now gratefully receive this morning's offering.
Now is the time in our service set aside when we name and honor the joys and concerns that mark our lives, the milestones and moments of our lived experience. I will be sharing the joys and concerns that were offered for us to hold in our hearts today. If you have a joy or concern that is a bit too tender or raw to share during the service, I invite you to reach out to Reverend Alex or to a member of our congregational care team. You can identify those team members by the purple banner on their name tags. Is there anyone here besides me? I see Carl Kyneth was here. Okay. Thank you, Carl. You may also light a candle at any time during the service, knowing that you are held in the loving hearts of this community, because none of us was ever meant to travel life's journey alone. So this is what has been offered for us to share this morning. From Bonnie Matthias, a concern. My son-in-law, Eric Saxon, died on May 17th. He stood by my side, supporting me during many difficult times in life, and I will truly miss him. A concern for Ann Stevenson, who broke her collarbone and is recovering from surgery last Friday. She is expected to be recovering over many weeks. So please keep Ann in your hearts. A joy. So thankful in being asked to play Willy Wonka this summer in Northport. Mr. Fred. A concern. Nancy Landfair is in the final stages of the Parkinson's she has lived with for 25 years. Please pour your love into thoughts for her safe and joyful passage. That's from Mary Ann Rivers. It is a joy to see chickadees using our donated burn box on the berm. Let's be good neighbors and do not disturb them. From Dave Newhouse. Carrie Asball says, I light a candle for a friend who has to put a big 120-pound Bernedoodle puppy to sleep. Our fur babies are such a part of our lives. And I'm especially joyful that Mr. Fred brought John Denver into our service today. We'll hold a moment of silence for those other joys and concerns that we hold in our hearts.
I invite you into a time of meditation and prayer to center yourselves and put your feet rooted there on the floor, to settle in place, even to close your eyes or take a couple of deep breaths at your own pace. And as we center ourselves, I invite you to hear this meditation by the Reverend Christine Dance. Spirit of life, spirit of love, that which is held in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. Our lives are like flowers. The flowers of the story, we gather flowers for our crown. We collect beautiful moments, beautiful joys, delightful experiences, laughter and smiles. May we celebrate the beauty of the precious, beautiful flowers. But most flowers fall off their branches at the end of the season. It is inevitable that they die. So is it with our lives. There are times that our flowers will wilt and die. We create space for the sorrows of our lives, the challenges, disappointments, sadnesses, and struggles. We make space to mourn, cry, and hope that the flowers will return again. And there are times that we wait for the flowers to return, the liminal space in between. May we have hope that they will return to their full beauty soon. And for all the seasons of our lives, we rely on the strength of community, our faith, and the confidence that we are all part of the cycle of life and love that endures. So for these gifts of the flowers, we say, Amen. Let's join in singing our song of response, Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Our reading this morning is a prayer by Reverend Claire Feingold Thorin entitled A Bouquet of People, written in honor of the Flower Communion. Before I begin, I want to point out, in honor of the Sacred Grounds Committee, that many beautiful and beloved flowers and plants are mentioned in this poem. However, they are not all native to this area. And some of them are, in fact, invasive. So now, may gardening bring us joy with mindfulness and thoughtful, diligent research. Now the poem. Let us give thanks for a bouquet of people, each one bringing color, fragrance, and life to our shared garden. We give thanks for children like tulips and iris, multiplying joy and beauty. May we bless them as they grow, finding freedom to bloom in their own space. For generous friends, constant as echinacea, who lift our spirits, and for feisty ones, indomitable as geraniums. For continuous friends like ivy, who hold fast and remind us we're never alone. We give thanks for friends at the margins, blooming like roses through concrete, queer, trans, disabled, Black, Indigenous, and brown friends. Not always seen or valued, but vital to the beauty of our communal bouquet. For prickly friends like rose bushes, whose beauty emerges with patience. Surprising friends who blossom into joy like forsythia, silly friends, snapdragons in spirit, and serious ones, deep as chrysanthemums. We give thanks for comforting friends as soothing as lilac scent, and stormy weather friends who, like lily of the valley, flourish even in the shadows. For old friends nodding like sunflowers, and young ones bursting forth like phlox. For those persistent as Pechysandra, steadfast as azalea, or always reminding us, like snowdrops, that spring will come. For loving friends twining around our hearts like wisteria, and forget-me-not friends whose beauty remains even after they're gone. For this diverse, dazzling, wild, and wondrous bouquet of people, we give thanks.
as I already admitted, each year I seem to never get it down to bring a flower for the flower communion. And I'm the minister. I'm not sure what kind of tone that sets, but anyone else forget to bring your flower often? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hands. This is actually my favorite of the services that we do each year, and yet it's still something that I manage to forget. Each year I do like to give a note, though, of the flower that I found in some way, shape, or form along my way. And by happenstance, I actually happen to have a few remaining flowers from an arrangement that was given to me from a prior event. And I'm no flower expert, but I think mine might be some kind of wild mountain daisy, something like that, a purple flower. And I've added a couple of the extras that were surviving from this arrangement into the mix that some of you might have picked up as well on your way in. And so for those of you that have seen a flower communion, or even several in your time here, you already know the message of the flowers. This is a special tradition of ours as Unitarian Universalists, coming from the Czechoslovakian Unitarian tradition. And the flower communion isn't just a ritual for us as UUs, it's an expression of our ultimate theology. A theology not in the traditional sense of the word defined by a belief in God. Instead, it's a theology of expression and action, a theology of doing rather than believing. Created by the Reverend Norbert Čapek 102 years ago, this ritual emphasizes our active theology of radical inclusion. Some of you might remember this history, but when Czechoslovakia became occupied by the Nazis during World War II, Čapek celebrated this ritual in a concentration camp, where he later died, held there as a political prisoner. Those who celebrated in the camp would gather anything they could find, be it a stray flower or a weed, even makeshift flowers from whatever they could find there at the camp, and they'd use them in this ritual as a testament to our uniqueness and unity in aspects to be cherished and celebrated rather than to be feared. Our theology of doing as Unitarian Universalists is actively making the bouquet both inside these walls and out there in the wider world, so that all might live in freedom, abundance, and safety. That's what living out this whole Unitarian Universalism thing in the wider world is all about. And so on our theme of being free to be you, tying in this month's Soul Matters theme of freedom, I find the flowers offering a fitting reminder for what freedom and liberation entail. How the flowers up here on the altar in these diverse bouquets and vases don't compete with one another. They don't demand that others follow suit and conform. Instead, the flowers simply bloom. Each flower representing a different truth, identity, history, and becoming. The courage itself that it takes to bloom in this world cannot be understated. In this time and world of ours, it takes a lot to be yourself. Many across identities and stories receive the message that they cannot be their whole and full vibrant selves, actively resisting the messages that this world gives us. The freedom at the core of our sacred humanity to be our fullest selves may sound simple, but it's truly not. It takes great courage to be a growing, defiant flower in a garden and soil that doesn't want you to bloom. Our theology of doing also reminds us that it's not just flowers that are important. Community itself and our ability to be the widest, most radical expression of love that we can fathom is everything in helping one another to develop and grow. In this moment in our nation, there are indeed many who are not free to be themselves. With diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, also known as DEI, being dismantled, with Black, Indigenous folks, people of color, with immigrants, disabled folks, LGBTQ+ folks facing increasing fears of prejudice and marginalization, even with the growing effects and efforts to silence truth-telling, with banning and censoring books, websites, and media. These things all threaten the soil in which kindness, compassion, and inclusiveness can blossom. We are in troubling times as a country, and yet the first flower communion reminds us, even the bravest seeds struggle. In this embodied ritual of bringing our flowers together, it becomes not just a celebration, but a prophecy, committing ourselves to be good soil for one another in our community and in the wider world. In this time of great pain and injustice, we must actively choose to be the garden, committing ourselves to the nurturing and tending of freedom, love, and courage for everyone. We as Unitarian Universalists must commit ourselves to the web of life itself, to protect our freedom to bloom not just for ourselves, but for those whose flowers are trampled and whose colors are so often denied. We are not just a bouquet in of itself. We are gardeners and keepers, ambassadors and stewards of radical love in community. When we show up as our full, unapologetic selves, we in turn give others the freedom and permission to do the same. Being true to their radical faith as Unitarians, those Unitarians in Czechoslovakia were imprisoned as free thinkers with all others who the Nazis deemed dangerous or even as subhuman. Jewish folks, queer, intersex, and trans folks, people of other races, ethnicities, religions, and cultures, disabled folks, and folks with mental illness, among many, many others. The flower communion was and is an act of resistance against a rising tide of conformity and oppression, making the ritual itself a symbol of defiance. We cannot help but be who we are, and no matter who we are, we each have an immeasurable worth and dignity in being born a human being. Like roses growing from concrete, we bloom across our lives and overcome many different obstacles by virtue of living courageously in each moment that we can. This community, this bouquet of people brightens each of our lives. We truly do need one another in these times. Amen? We need the fullest spectrum of humanity possible to weave into our tapestry of beloved community. And that is the radical act of creating the beloved community itself. That just like flowers have their own sizes, shapes, and yes, smells and characters, we too bring so much in our own blooming that is more than meets the eye. So to close, I want to offer you this blessing, which the flowers offer you as well. You are a joy and a blessing to this world. In the times where you feel afraid, may you bloom boldly and freely. May you not be afraid to be your fullest, most authentic self, even in the times where to do so might bring you great risk. We are all more free when we welcome each other to show up in our truest colors. But don't just stop at blooming. Go forth to be good soil for others, too. May you know that you are free to be you, and may we all build a world in which everyone else can, too. Amen. Let's now pause in a moment of stillness to just take a moment to take in and look at this wonderful array of different flowers and all those wonderful different vases up here as well. See if you can hold on your minds and hearts the many things that we have been grateful for over this past congregational year. The gratitude that we have for one another brings us all together in sacred community. And so in having shared in this ritual together and having shared in our collective beauty, I recognize these flowers as blessed. May these flowers remind us of our uniqueness, each one of us a powerful and sacred being, and that reminder of the sacred something that happens even when we gather together in challenging times. May it be so, and amen. So in a moment, we'll do the same process. We'll be inviting you in wedges to come forward and actually take a flower, but there's a special note about this tradition. You're invited to take a different flower than the one that you brought with you. And this is symbolic of the richness that we come away with when we come together with people who are different from ourselves. It's a really wonderful tradition. So we'll be inviting in wedges to avoid any traffic jams here. We'll do that process again, and you're invited to come up and choose a different flower than the one you brought. If you're someone that can't quite make it up there, feel free to raise your hand, and we can easily bring a different flower to you as well. Let us now take a moment and gather our flowers. Hopefully you've had a chance to grab a flower. I always love that we leave with so many different flowers than the ones we brought with us. It's a really beautiful expression. We even have some other folks that are still gathering some flowers, so excellent. I do have a few announcements to say this morning while we're gathered. First off, that if any of you see a vase that you'd like to take home with you, you're more than welcome to do so. So feel free, if you're feeling called, to take a vase home with you. Lauren said that that was more than okay. So, following today's service, we'll have the annual meeting of the congregation. This is our annual business meeting, our meeting where we vote and make decisions and pass the budget, among other things. So don't go too far away. We do need a quorum of UUCGT members in order to be able to do this. So please don't go far so we can have a quorum of members. Join us after the service today, actually, for Up North Pride's Family Field Day over at NMC, happening 1 to 4 p.m. Chelsea and I will be there. And we could always use more volunteers. We're going to do a very simple setup. We just really need bodies to be there and help kind of share our community with others. This is one of our biggest outreach events of the year. So we welcome. Oh, we've got some kids going too. Join us, Social Justice Action, on Friday, June 13th at 5:30 here at UUCGT for pizza, salad, signs, and songs. We'll be gathering to share a meal and make signs for the big No Kings rally happening on the 14th. Where UUCGT will be showing up together at noon for the Government Center for a demonstration. The added fun of Friday will also be singing old protest songs with Marty Churgwin playing piano. Materials for signs will be available, but you're always welcome to bring your own, of course, as well. A suggested donation of $5 is invited if you'd like to contribute. Sign up at the Social Justice Action table in the social hall. And lastly, just to note that Sunday, June 22nd, coming up, will be the General Assembly live stream service. This is the largest annual Sunday service of Unitarian Universalists across the country. So we'll be joining other Unitarian Universalists together in live streaming the service. But we're going to do things a little bit different because the service starts at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. We're actually going to be inviting you to gather here at 10 o'clock for an inverted coffee hour. We're going to be doing coffee and treats and gathering before the service so that we can then have some time for fellowship and then gather together here to watch the live stream. So just a note for the 22nd, so still some time coming up, but you don't want to miss that. And come at 10 o'clock if you'd like to have some fellowship. And now we'll go to singing our closing hymn.
Rise in body or in spirit. We're going to take a crack at the refrain first of this one, in case you're not familiar, before we sing the whole piece. So if you're using the teal hymnal, this is hymn number 1019, and we're going to start at the top of page 2, just for a little practice first, all right? Oh, you can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. I think we're ready. Let's go back to the top. We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I've told you a story, tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day.
invited to remain standing and join hands or outstretch your hands in the signs of please do not touch me, which we also very much respect here, as Martha leads us in our extinguishing words.
As we release our flame and prepare to leave this space of beauty and blessing, may we remember that our joy is not frivolous. It is resistance. Our togetherness is not accidental. It is sacred. In the words of Dan Savage, recalling the heartbreak facing the LGBTQ+ community during the AIDS crisis. During the darkest days, we buried our friends in the morning, we protested in the afternoon, and we danced all night. The dance kept us in the fight because it was the dance we were fighting for. It didn't look like we were going to win then, and we did. It doesn't feel like we're going to win now, but we could. So friends, keep loving, keep blooming, keep fighting, and most of all, keep dancing.
Go in peace. Thank you, friends.